Hail and well met, dwellers of the internet, and welcome back to Press Pause, a gaming podcast where, in this modern life where overstimulation and too many things at once is getting you down, here is where you can take a rare pause and listen to us yokels talk about fun video game stuff for around 45 minutes to an hour. So, for today, I'm your host, once again, Jasper, and you eagle-eyed viewers will see that I got some new glasses. And fun fact, my glasses in the first episode were actually broken, and I had to glue them together with crazy glue 3 times. And on that viewing, they were almost falling apart. I was terrified that they were going to break while we were filming, but luckily that didn't happen. So, once again, I say, I am your host, Jasper, and my favorite video game character to sit down, have a cup of tea or coffee with, I'd love to talk to Professor Layton. I would love to talk to Professor Layton. Professor Layton and the Curious Village and all of those games. I would love to have a chat with him. He seems like a wonderful chap.
I am Tyler, and I would think that I would love to have a cup of tea with Edward Richtofen from Call of Duty Zombies.
Ooh.
German mastermind. I would love to see
peel the layers of his mind. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm Becca, and I would want to sit down with Cooking Mama. And I think that she would make me the tastiest of treats while we sip our tea.
Tasty treats like a scone, like a scones, maybe a scone.
Yes,
I can only think of scones.
I could get some advice from her. She's lived her years. She's made some shit in that kitchen. I think we would have a good discussion.
She'd take care of you.
She would take care of me.
That is a great answer. I'm Dylan. As I'm thinking here, I think I'd like to sit down with Ellie from The Last of Us.
Ooh.
And just understand her motives and her whole revenge arc she went on and just, chat about it.
I've only played part 1, so that whole revenge arc is new to me.
Yes,
But
yeah.
I don't know, maybe I'll play part 2, maybe not. We'll see. But our first topic for today is a bit of a contentious one, and I'm very glad that everybody else accepted it, which was PC versus console. The eternal flame war on the internet and possibly even off the internet. While us off the internet being on the internet today, we're going to discuss it. So, for me, I used to be a Nintendo PlayStation boy. I was for practically my entire life until I got a gaming laptop 6 years ago. And I still have that today. That is still the computer that I use for most of the time, except I got a true, and I wrote it down here, I have for a Christmas gift last year, I got a true XX Gamer _ Life XS PC. And I'll say this, the future's now, and I don't know how to feel about it. Thoughts, opinions, anybody?
So you'd say that PC clears? That's what your take is here?
My take is an interesting one because I think today, in the sort of modern day and age, I think that right now, PC can clear. Granted, NVIDIA is shoving their head up their rectum.
That's not good.
The NVIDIA is absolutely falling and, what's the term? Fading?
Yeah, McQueen is fading.
Yeah, they are fading. Like, it is shocking how much they are absolutely just tearing down everything they built up over the past, 2 decades they've been around?
Yeah.
They've been around for years, I remember. But for gaming currently, in the current modern day, the best thing you can possibly have, I believe, is a gaming PC. If the question is between PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch 2, and Xbox Series whatever, PC clears. Except for Nintendo. Because obviously Nintendo with those exclusives can definitely hold its own. But besides that exclusiveness, PC clears.
But the price point. They're so expensive.
Yeah.
I can play most of the same games. Now, of course, I'm not getting all of those indie games. But for me, in my humble opinion, I've been a console boy my entire life. Even though I've had a PC and have played a lot of PC games, I've definitely had my time on some keyboard and mouse. Mm-hmm. But for me, gaming, I think is meant to be played on the controller. I think that the controller
I think it depends.
like I think that certain games are made for certain things. Like there's a lot of PC games that you imagine like how could this run on a console? Like how could I play this on a controller? But I feel like you could kind of do the same thing like on even a Nintendo Switch 2. Think about how many games that you play on a Nintendo Switch 2. There's no way you could play those on a keyboard and mouse, like your campaign games, your Donkey Kong Bonanza,
But with the Nintendo Switch 2, you have a new mouse feature that you can
that
do
nobody
with the
uses.
But with like PC, I feel like it's one of the most flexible things to play on. Also, you bring up the controller, you can attach controllers to the PC, you have that compatibility. And just the PC in general, correct me if I'm wrong, like if you're trying to like upgrade a PC or replace a part, it would be easier than if you had a problem with your console. Would it not?
It depends, because RAM in PC, and I can see the corners of your mouth smiling, Dylan. I could see them. RAM and other things like that in the PC space are in astronomical prices right now. They are, oh my goodness, the PC world is way too overpriced. And it's just, see, I can see the appeal of the PC Master Race bros or whatever. I could see the appeal. The thing is, that price point, especially when you're trying to get a mid-range PC, the mid-range PC that I got as a gift for Christmas, was bought months before on Black Friday when the thing was half off, which I am lucky I managed to get that, because I don't think you're going to get another deal like that for another 365 days. But besides those events where things are like slashed and things like that, I think there's too much of a monetary barrier of which to climb over in order to get to the PC realm, which is why I think consoles are so appealing. Now, granted, trying to make consoles completely digital and not sell physical games and have key cards that count as basically a physical digital key to technically rent a game drives me crazy. I still think that PC has its advantages, but it depends.
I have only ever had console, so I can't really.
Wait, have we all had
speak
consoles
too
here?
much.
Are we all console people here?
Yeah. I've tried PC with my friend last year. We went to the esports lounge here on campus. Tried to play some Valorant. I was terrible. For me, I think it's just because I'm stubborn and like that transition would be so difficult and time consuming for me to do. I'm just so used to my console, you know? So.
I mean, just to go back to what you were saying about the price point, like what tier, you say you have a mid-tier PC.
I do.
What type of PC is equivalent to a PS5 hardware-wise and then price-wise? What can you get on a PC for $500 nowadays?
So are we talking setup hardware-wise $500 or getting games $500?
Setup hardware-wise. If I bought a PC for $500, what am I getting out of it?
Are you hearing this guy? Are you hearing this guy?
Exactly.
$500 for a gaming PC?
Okay, so I just proved my point.
You will be lucky if you get a decent pre-built PC. Decent. Capital D, decent.
What if I told you I knew that answer and I set you up? You just proved my point.
Oh, no.
Console clears. I could buy a PS5 and play all the same games that I could, and it'd look just as beautiful as if I had a $1,500 PC. Part of it is the what's the word I'm looking for? The convenience of it. The convenience of having the console.
Yeah.
I have the eShop. I don't have to download the Steam. Sometimes it has to just be dummy friendly. Not that I'm a dummy. I know how to download Steam and buy games. But what I'm saying is for the average person, I think it's way easier to play on a controller, and I think it's way easier to access a console, whether that's your PS5, whether that's your Xbox.
They're just more accessible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are you looking up? Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Because I have a pre-built from NZXT that I got like in my freshman year of high school, I think. And it took me forever to save up for that as a person who like had just started working. So like I understand the struggle of the cost, and I was like, questioning what price is that now, because I think I got mine for roughly like $1,000, and
That's not
that
bad.
was just like the PC itself, and not the monitor, not the keyboard, and not the mouse, not
Just
all
the
of that.
tower, just the
Just
Just the
desktop.
tower. And now it's going for like roughly 1.2K,
Wow, they went up that much.
and I'm just like, I can't imagine buying one now if I were that same age.
That's fair.
Because
and
it's
of
an
course-
investment.
Yeah, and I remember being super excited to actually get it because I took so much time saving for it. I'm trying to think if it is like worth it.
Oh, also, sorry to interrupt, but have you guys been hearing about how Xbox is trying to merge with PC and like be like, oh, anything's an
Oh, yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Oh, everything's an Xbox. What is that, man? You're trying to
Because their
sell
console
that.
sucks.
Getting some hot takes here. My very lukewarm take is that the last good Xbox console was the 360. Everything from that has been
Cold,
a
ice cold take.
Everything since that point has been a Greek fucking tragedy. I will say. Does anybody here disagree?
No, I mean, yeah, the launch. I have a launch Xbox One, and that's all it is. Yeah, that thing is
I have
insane.
I have a PS4 Slim. I love my PS4 Slim, but who boy, sometimes that poor boy wakes up some days and goes, "Boss, I'm tired." And I
too
go,
damn bad.
and I'm go, "You're loading Elden Ring, and you're gonna like it." But another angle of PC that I would like to get into is emulating older consoles. If you give in to the emulators, you will set yourself free. Because stuff like Dolphin, BSNES, and all of these other really incredible emulators made by fans, by the way. Nobody is paid to make those things. They don't even cost anything. You just download them. And they're community driven, open source, and they're some of the greatest contributors to video game preservation we have ever seen. Now, video game preservation is another topic for another time that I would love to get into. However, our next topic, gaming stigmas. Now, I heard a bit of confusion as to what a stigma was, or like what a gaming stigma could
No,
be.
who said that?
Oh. But one of the most common gaming stigmas I've heard in my life that still applies to this day is that games are a waste of time. Now, when the people who say that games are a waste of time, you will find them at 4 in the goddamn morning watching Jeopardy on cable.
True.
Yep.
Or some other TV show some other TV show that, in my experience, I would not care about. I do not care about. And to be frank, I think it's more of a waste of time than games.
I like this. We're throwing out stigmas at other people. Nah, screw you. We like gaming.
But with games being a waste of time, it's an interactive medium, so it feels like you're doing something. And plus, I would rather spend money on video games than like hard drugs or other terrible things. I could be spending my wealth. I say that as a broke college student, but I could be spending my money on so many other worse things. Why do you have to try and ruin the things I love?
Yeah, I think that's such a closed-minded take to be like, oh, video games are a waste of time, when, yeah, there are plenty of other things that, in someone else's perspective, could be a waste of time to them just because they don't enjoy it. And I agree that, like, when you're playing video games, there is thought to it. You are using your brain to work around things, to problem solve. So also the stigma that, like, video games make you dumb is also just not a great take,
Yeah,
considering
actually.
the games that are out there now that having like educational like backgrounds, or just having some sense of, hey, we're giving you a problem and you need to find different ways to solve it in which makes sense to you, which are possible. It's giving you a fictional world to try and problem solve in ways that you might have not problem solved with your own life.
Yeah, I mean, like the fictional world type thing, like.
Are we talking about like a? Ooh, careful there.
So.
Are we talking about like escapism type of other world, or what?
Yeah.
What sort of angle are we going for?
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I was gonna say, yeah, if you're playing by yourself, it is a good like escape type thing. You know, kind of self therapy. Give yourself something to do. But for me, like, a lot of people like nowadays talk about how our generation hasn't, like, they don't have a third place. You know, have you heard
I've
about
heard
this?
about this. Yes, yes.
You know, your coffee shop, your
library.
Yeah, your library, your place where you sit down with your friends for hours
Yeah.
and just talk or just
That
do
isn't
homework.
home or work.
Exactly. But I feel like, for me at least, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but I play video games online, like obviously with my friends all day. Like I've talked about how I'm a multiplayer gamer, and that's my third media. Like that's my place to be with my friends. Like that's my coffee shop. That's my so I mean, it's my social interaction. I feel like it being a waste of time or it being bad for me is obviously everything in moderation. If I'm playing for 12 hours a day and not leaving the house, that's clearly not a good thing. But I
And
feel
you'd
like,
also agree that it's not a replacement for real face-to-face
Yeah.
interaction.
yeah, but I mean, if you're playing plenty of video games like me, and especially if you're talking and playing with other people that you know and are making experiences and actually, you know, playing the game and trying to learn, for me it's something to work towards, and I don't see a bad for you unless you're playing too much.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And there's also been some wonderful, I can't talk today. There's been some wonderful advancements in accessibility for gaming controllers for people who either, you know, only have one hand or have other sort of disabilities. I've seen absolutely incredible advancements from companies like 8BitDo and just other sources that are really, you know, trying to be like, hey, even if you have some of these hang-ups physically, you can still play these games. And I think that's one of the most inspiring things I've ever heard when it has come to games. I've also heard from various people, because I'm working on a really big project at the moment, about video games actually having the capability to save people's lives, whether that's in an emotional sense, in a physical sense, oh, hey, you know, I quit my addiction because I played this game and, you know, it wasn't a replacement for my addiction, but you know what I mean. And I think that games have power. I think they really do. And I think it's just so close-minded, like you said, to be like, oh, completely disregard, oh, you know, whatever. This is the biggest stigma that I have written down here, that so frustratingly still exists. And I had a class last semester that just went on a whole tangent. Like, we were only going to talk about it for one day. We talked about it for 2 weeks, where people are still saying that video games aren't art. They are still saying that video games aren't art. And I have some big thoughts and big opinions about that statement, but I want to hear what you guys have to say about that first.
Can't have a video game without art. Who do you think is creating these things? Like, who do you think is being employed to make video games? It's artists. Artists are a huge part of that. You can't have any visual appeal to a video game or any sense of visuals without the artists.
I do want to say, though, you can have text-based adventure games, which are really fun.
That is true.
They are really fun.
That is true, but majority of the games, you have to have some kind of graphics.
I have a quote here that I'm not going to say who wrote it, but if you know, you know. And I'm going to tell it to you guys, but video games still fail to have the quality, or rather sort of examples of, you know, works that equal or surpass the greatest works from the greatest poets, the greatest filmmakers, the greatest painters. That still doesn't exist. And that's a quote. Like, this man just kind of went out here and said, yeah, video games have nothing like the greatest writers, the greatest artists, and the greatest filmmakers. There's nothing like that out
I
there.
think arguably, narrative-driven story games.
They're harder to do
They're
than
harder
any
to
of
make
those.
because they're longer than movies.
And they're
longer than
interactive.
Poetry. They're
I mean, to peel a little under the veil here, Dylan and I are writing for a video game right now. It's so hard, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's so infinitely more hard to write for a video game than it is for any other medium, because you basically have to put all of these things combined in order to try and write something.
Yeah, I think a huge thing, especially for video games, is pacing.
Yes.
If you get your pacing right and you have a good story, like, you are solid. Because you are doing hours upon hours of narrative work.
Yep.
Whereas a film is like 2 hours.
A game that has its pacing completely on the floor. Oh, it's that new Dragon Age game. I forget what it's called, but it's the new Dragon Age game, as well as Monster Hunter Wilds. Or no, sorry, not Wilds. Is it Wilds? No, it's whatever the new Monster Hunter is. That game's writing, and so I saw a video about this, and that got me angry. So, story of my life. So I watched this video, and it went on to go on about how, Monster Hunter Wilds writing kind of goes like this. So the character group encounters a problem, right? Character group comes in, encounters a problem that they have to overcome or face. And they're like, oh no, this is a problem. How are we going to solve it? 2 seconds on average go by, and then they go, wait, the solution to the problem was always here. Let's use it. And it's like you're trying to introduce stakes and then immediately rectify them, immediately solve it. And it's like, at what point do I even give a
Sounds like a certain director I know, but I won't get into that. Anyway, back to like the art.
Yeah. Games being art.
I think narrative is a form of art in itself.
Yeah, I mean, storytelling is absolutely an art. I mean, the only reason why we have the Iliad and the Odyssey is that they were incredibly well-told stories, told orally. They weren't written down for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
And it's because storytelling has that power. Another thing to note for games being art, there are absolutely games that can count as art, and I won't get into the weeds too much, but we have had examples in the last 20 years, in fact, even the last 30 years, that really showcase games as an art form. And sure, the thing is, art's subjective, right? It's a subjective medium because everybody here is raised under different circumstances, under different perspectives, under different, ways of thought. And we are all tuned to like different things. I mean, for example, you like Call of Duty, and you like online shooters.
The old Call of Duty.
Sometimes.
But you like online team-based shooters, yeah?
Yeah.
That's not my sphere. Now, granted, I haven't really given them much of a shot, so that might be on me.
Don't do it. No, don't do it.
But
go there.
But in a personal, my perspective look, that's just not my speed. But that's fine. Because we live in a world where you can like something that you like.
Exactly.
And I can like something that I like. I mean, for example, I like turn-based JRPGs. I don't know if anybody else here really likes that stuff, except maybe you, Dylan? Maybe?
I wouldn't say.
Yeah,
I don't know a lot.
I like turn-based JRPGs, and nobody around here either knows or cares what that is. And you know what? That's fine. That's totally fine. Because art exists to... some art can exist to please a wide audience. Some art can please to exist a very narrow audience. But they can all live and survive and exist together. And saying that games as a whole, overall, just completely taking the piss out of it and just saying none of this is art. None of this can be art. None of this has been art. I think is daft. I think it's daft, closed-minded, and just a whole bunch of other words that it's stupid to think that way.
Yeah.
Also, my brain is like wrapping back to like the last stigma where it's like you can't create connections through video games, yada yada, like friendships can't like exist in this realm. And I'm thinking about how parallel that is to like this podcast alone, because before this podcast, we didn't know really anything about each other. We've had each other in like some classes, but there wasn't really like much of a connecting point that we were finding elsewhere besides once video games came up as a topic for this course. We instantly were able to have long conversations,
Bond
connect
together,
on,
yes.
yeah, on different things of, even though we have different perspectives, we shared some things in common, and that's really connected all of us.
Yeah, I mean, I have real life friends that I genuinely met online that are like that are in different states. Like the online world is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, one of my closest friends I actually met through another person, but the only reason why we met is because this other person showed me that he drew art, and I saw his art and I went, these are some of the most stupid, funny-looking little guys I have ever seen. I simply must meet the man. And now we've been friends for nearly 3 years.
Show me the guy.
And he's been, well, I won't out him, but he's one of my absolute favorite people on this planet, and he has gone on to recently say that he feels that I am like a brother to him. And that is one of the sweetest things another human being outside of my immediate family has ever said to me. And I just think that we also bonded over games. Like, one of the first things we bonded over was our love of video games. And whether that depends on if you like video games that are classified as old, new, niche, popular, any sort of branding, any sort of genre, there will be something for you, because it's more interactive than a book, a movie, or an album. And it's all of those put together for something for you to play. And I think there is beauty in any video game. Now, granted, there are some terrible video games out there that exist.
But there's terrible music. There's terrible.
Yeah, there's terrible music. There's terrible movies. There's terrible books.
I mean, literally, you could have said everything you said about video games about, let's say, like modern music. People don't like modern music. There's good and bad modern music. There's like, it's made for a target audience. It's made for a large. It's made for a small. It's literally exactly like gaming.
Right, and sometimes you bond over how terrible those things are in your perspective.
Exactly.
Like, there's been times where I've played
there's terrible
really
video games that I think are hilarious.
Yes, and you see it, and like you're like, wow, this is so bizarre. Hey, do you want to play? And it's not about the game itself.
Right.
It's about the interactions you're having while playing the game.
The experience.
Experience with your friends, yep. Makes it all better.
And
it's art.
yeah, it's art.
It's art.
And what really baffles me is how, I think you guys said something along these lines before, but how, video games, they lack that human connection. You can't really connect over video games. How about that one time where people were literally married over Animal Crossing and Minecraft? There are people who have found the loves of their lives on these games and have bonded together and made humongous communities. I mean, circle back to, like, say, 40 years ago, we weren't having a Midwest gaming convention. But since then, the Midwest Gaming Convention is one of the biggest gaming conventions in the entire Midwest. And it's hosted, like, here in Milwaukee. Now, we're not here in Milwaukee, but you know what I mean.
Close enough.
Close enough. But the fact that people say that games aren't art, I just think it's false. I think it's irreparably, inexcusably false. And I hate that that stigma is still being spread around like fact, when really it's a lot more nuanced, just like how art is.
It's so invalidating to the community.
So to come off of that note, which honestly that was a great discussion, even though I feel like I talked the most. I'm sorry, everybody.
But you had great points. You were saying what we were all thinking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Two truths and a lie.
Oh.
I'm so upset because the last time we tried to film, I fooled everyone here.
Okay, but does it count because they didn't see it?
No,
Yeah, I'm 0 for 1.
technically not. Oh,
I'm not ever agreeing with you two again, though.
Wow.
Because I decided, I was like, yeah, I'll agree with them this one time. No, never again.
okay. Well, since it's here's the thing, since you guys will make the logical conclusion that in order for us to not make him win, we all choose one separate thing. Becca, you have to team up with somebody.
I don't have to do shit.
Well, I tried. Points
Alright.
for me for trying, I guess.
Hit us.
So the 2 truths and a lie this week. Are we all ready?
Yeah.
We're ready.
Yeah.
Okay. I installed over 40 Sega Saturn games on my gaming laptop to emulate. I did not play Cooking Mama this week. And to close it off, I did not play Baldur's Gate for 5 hours with my roommates this week. Discuss.
Why are there 2 that are just so ultra specific?
Right, that last one's really specific.
I don't even know what the first one. I don't even know what he said.
What did you say?
The first one, I'll clarify. I downloaded over 40 Sega Saturn games to emulate on my gaming laptop.
That seems like some fucking shit you'd pull. Like,
I'm already locked.
No, you're not. What are you thinking? What's your...
Cocked it locked right now, really?
I low-key
Ooh.
don't even want him to
What's your
share.
thought process?
I low-key don't even want to hear it.
You
I think-
want to make your own conclusions?
I think it's the last one.
Because it's ultra specific?
There's 2 there.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going with my
Not
gut.
spend
I'm not
5
thinking
hours
this.
on, like,
This time I'm not
Baldur's
thinking.
I don't want... All right, I like that. I like that. I don't know.
And then the first one was that you did download over
'Cause-
40 games?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
I
you did.
downloaded over 40 Sega Saturn video games to emulate on my gaming laptop.
And all of this
That
could
sounds
be
like
for
something
nothing
you did.
if
I think you
played
did play a
Cooking
lot of
Mama
Baldur's
this
Gate.
week.
All that could be for nothing.
And he said that it was that he did not play Cookie Mama, right?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
feel like you probably didn't. I feel like...
One could think that.
I
You know
think
what?
I'm so
locking
proud.
and going with my gut.
I know. I say this.
Because-
I know I say this every time, and it seems like I'm such a jerk. But I'm so proud.
What did you play, Tyler? I mean, what did you pick, Tyler?
I don't know. You're not teaming up with anyone, so.
No, but I just want to know.
Oh, but.
You trying to
No,
read the
We
room?
have to make you go.
Oh
first.
man.
Yeah, you're going first this time.
Even though you
Okay,
already
I'm
heard my
trying to
answer.
think.
Okay.
I have my answer locked.
Okay. You have your answer locked.
Well,
you have
I
your
know,
answer
I-
locked.
The 5 hours is specific, but that doesn't mean that it's not true just because it could have been like 3 hours or something else that's differently specific.
I think that is exactly what he did yesterday during the snow day.
Oh,
That's my answer.
we did have a snow day. So that does give you about 5 hours to do that. But that also means...
I have my answer. I have a gut.
You got your answer?
You inspired me to have my gut answer.
No thinking
We're gonna
here.
find out. Even if I'm wrong.
Go with your gut.
Even if I'm wrong, I didn't think too hard, so I can't be too
There you
discouraged.
go, yep.
I'm already
I
0
didn't
for
think
whatever.
And then the first one was that you downloaded 40,
Over 40.
over 40. Well, what if it was under 40?
40?
A lot
Like
of what
40 is
ifs.
a lot.
40 is a lot.
40 is like a lot.
Okay.
But-
Do we have all our answers?
No.
Yes.
No.
I'm
you
not
still want to
there
talk
yet.
about this?
Yeah,
We need a
because
clock for Becca.
50? No, not 50. 5 hours. 5 hours on Baldur's Gate. And you're saying you didn't do that.
Yeah. I thought I said I did.
Did he say that you did?
Yeah, he
Or
said he
that-
played
that
Baldur's
it-
Gate
Yeah. I
for
played
5 hours.
Okay,
Baldur's
that
Gate
you
for
did
5
play
hours
Baldur's-
with my roommates.
Yeah.
You would do that. A lot of these things you would do.
All of these things he would do.
Do I dare agree with you? Because then I might be...
Did you say what yours is?
I'm so confident.
What did you say?
Yeah, he chose the 5 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
You chose that being the lie or the truth? The lie.
Intimidation sip.
Get the.
Tastes so good.
Oh my god.
Tastes so
I'm
good.
gonna- I got it.
I hope
I
to
got
taste
it.
victory today.
I got it. I hope this is it. I hope I can cut back to this in 10 seconds.
I want to guess the lie. What the?
I'm going with my gut. I know what it is.
Going with your gut. All right, we all ready?
Let's start with Tyler and then go to me and then
wait.
Becca.
Okay,
will
wait.
give her answer.
Relist them.
How much time do you need, Becca?
Well, it's getting more difficult because you keep playing with my brain.
Okay, relist them all off, and then I'll say
Okay.
what
And
my
then
lock
mine,
is.
and then-
Okay, so are you going first?
Yes, I'll go
All right,
first.
you all say your answers, and then I will say who is right and who is wrong. All right, we all ready? So I will restate everything.
Yes, okay, let's go.
And then once I am done, you guys have to state your answers.
Okay.
All right, so the first one is I downloaded over 40 Sega Saturn games to emulate on my PC. The second one is I did not play Cooking Mama. The third one is I played Baldur's Gate for 5 hours with my roommates. You go first, Eager Beaver.
You are lying. You did play Cooking Mama.
Okay.
That is my answer.
I think you played Baldur's Gate for more than 5 hours. That's my answer.
All right.
What if it's less? Are you
It could be
wrong
less.
then? More or less.
More or less.
I think.
The anticipation.
It's killing me.
You know what?
We'll be right back.
I'm just gonna be the other answer.
You're just gonna do the Sega Saturn one?
I
Okay.
don't
Guarantee is
think you.
lost.
I don't think you downloaded over 40 games.
Oh, how naive you are. Rookie numbers. I got into the Sega Saturn this past weekend and I popped off. Our bit rate in our apartment chugged because of me. I did
Internet
download
demon.
over 40 Sega Saturn games. That console kicks ass.
One of us is
It's
gonna win.
Great. So now it's between you two. It is between you two. We have been trying to film so many episodes, so many things that have been off camera, and none of these guys have ever gotten
Whatever
it
the outcome is.
once.
Whatever the outcome is, I'm proud of us both.
I know. I'm proud one of us won. Come on.
All right, you guys are gonna
One
have
of
to
us
fist
left
bump
our
and
guy
high
won.
five, bob. All right. So, do you want me to say the truth or do you want me to say the lie?
I want to hear truth.
Do you want to hear the truth?
Yeah.
So the other truth is that I played Baldur's Gate for 5 hours, which means the lie was that I did not play
Come
Cooking
on.
Mama.
I
Cooking
saw
Mama
it.
is
I
so
saw
good,
it.
man.
I
It's
saw
so
through it.
fun. I have
saw
been
it.
playing all of I've been playing all the recipes like crazy.
I don't know if I'm happier.
It's really fun. It's so fun. I can't believe I have slept on Cooking Mama this long in my
that makes
thing.
me so happy, but I'm really upset that I just lost.
Dylan, Tyler,
She doesn't know how to feel.
Tyler, finally,
Oh,
this
don't-
man,
I
Don't
brought
make me
home
hate my
poor
Cooking
man.
I
Mama.
saw it. I saw it
This
from the
poor
beginning.
man, from the beginning, when we started this segment, has never gotten one. He has never gotten one.
That is true.
Oh
I feel so
man,
free.
today is a day, and while I lost, it still feels like a win.
I feel so free.
Do you want to do a victory speech right now to the cameras? Go
Well,
on, man.
What I was gonna say was my
Talk about
gut
your thought
was-
processes.
my gut was I saw through. I was like, okay, but they were so ultra specific, and the cookie. You always reverse psychology me, so I went opposite of what I was thinking. And instead of picking one of the ultra specific ones, because sometimes you hear an ultra specific one and go, okay, like he's either obviously lying or that's obviously the truth. But there were two of them.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, he liked Cooking Mama. He had to have played it at least once. So, it was a guess. Let's be for real. But we did it! Yes! I will take that.
Taken down by your beloved Cooking Mama.
Dang.
I know, by my Cooking Mama.
By
dude.
your
I'm gonna let you down.
beloved Cooking Mama. I gotta start playing the other Cooking Mama games. I know there's more than just the DS, but yeah, it's so fun. Like legitimately, it's so fun. And to be praised by Cooking Mama, ugh, One of the most rewarding
dopamine
feelings
rush.
in the world. Now, to do our final topic, this is one I could legitimately word vomit about for an hour, but I will try to contain myself today, which is music in video games. Oh man. I'll just start off by saying music in video games, in order for me to even like a game, music has to be like over half the reason why I love a game. Like, it has to be over half the reason why I think a game rocks. If the game has even a mediocre soundtrack, it is instantly 10 times harder for me to justify continue playing.
I think for story games or like narrative games, that makes sense. I think the soundtrack matters less when you're like when
Multiplayer games?
Yeah, in multiplayer games like this. I mean, it still matters, but like a lot less because that's not the main focus. But when it comes to narrative and story games, I do have two GOATs that come in mind, and I
Let's hear
do
'em.
bring them up. I have brought them up before. You already know what I'm going to say.
I know
Should-
one.
should I-
I
should I-
two
should I
goats.
gra- should I
Actually,
grab
no,
it?
I know
One of
both, I know
them
both.
you can grab right there. Super
yeah.
Mario Galaxy. It's literally an orchestra, beautifully composed music, and then also to mix
This
in.
book is sick, by
some-
the way.
Thank you. It was a waste of my money, but it's really cool looking.
Is it a
So-
waste if you enjoyed
a
it
waste.
to the fullest?
No, I mean I enjoyed it, but
That's
that
awesome.
game's music, I think, is most likely the GOAT. It has the orchestrated music. It has also just like your classic 2D Mario platformer music. I think that is like the S tier standard for gaming music.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all know what the other one is.
Oh, of course.
It's Minecraft.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Minecraft.
Who
okay.
doesn't like Minecraft's soundtrack?
I
Let's be
want
for
to
real.
put an asterisk addendum to that second one. Mario Galaxy, instant agree though.
True. That's a
That
banger.
might be my favorite game of all time. I don't know. It is constantly in the top 10 rotation for me though. It is up there. I'd love to talk about Mario Galaxy sometime, but that is another story for another day.
Whole topic.
But Minecraft, I think C418's music in Minecraft is the ones that we've all grown up with, the ones that we've loved, cherished, has been in countless Minecraft Let's Play videos.
Yeah.
Let's be real here. Without C418, our childhoods would irrevocably be different. All the music that Microslop chugged out after booting C418 from Minecraft and basically cut all ties with him effectively. There's some music, legitimately. I was setting up to be me really angry and stuff, but there's legitimately some music there that's actually really cool. I know this one female composer, I forget what her name is, but some of the music that she's brought out is actually like really cool.
Lena Raine.
I think it's Lena Raine.
Yeah.
But her contributions to Minecraft are actually incredible. Like, I think some of those are really cool. However, it's not C418. It's
he's
just
so
not
good.
C418.
There's something about the survival music is good, but the creative music just gets the brain juices flowing, and it just you can get. I remember back in the day, just you could sit in a super flat world with all grass and build something stupid for 5 hours and listen to the music
And get
and
tired.
look at the clock and go, "My God, it's been 5 hours. What just
Yeah.
happened?" I love that music.
Question: do we consider video game music also like parodies that people make and post on YouTube,
I
like
could
the
talk about
Minecraft
that.
parody songs?
I
That's
think
a great shout.
that first of all, what a poll. Thank you.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, that's such a good shout. DA Games, Bendy and the
Yes,
Ink Machine,
yup.
anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Hello Neighbor.
I
Oh.
think that's a totally different topic.
Well,
of a video.
also, DA Games' original music is actually really incredible. If
It's
you, if
very
you,
good.
yeah, it's so good. Nobody talks about it. They all talk about the I hate to use this word, but the shit post video game music he
Cringy.
made in like 2016, 2017 is the thing that everybody talks about, whereas his original music is great.
Yeah.
But again, another topic for another time.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the fandom parody, the Minecraft parody music.
when people, when there's a whole generation that instantly when you play a song, they think of a parody instead
It's
of the actual
crazy.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
True.
I can never listen to whatever that Bell song is. I don't even know what the name of the song is. All I know is just Used to rule the world.
Oh,
Chunks
yeah,
would
yeah, the
load when I
Coldplay song.
gave the word. Yeah.
I always think of Creeper.
Yeah.
Oh,
That-
man.
Every time I hear that Usher song, as soon as it starts, I'm like, I can't even like.
You can only
I can't
think of
listen to
Creeper,
it,
oh man.
I can't even listen to it normally
Yep.
anymore.
I think parody songs are definitely a huge shout. I think they would be more classified under like fandom music because basically
Yeah.
you're taking the melody and stuff from a song, basically copy pasting Minecraft stuff over it, which is not to diss them or bring them as like any lesser than. It's just that, you know, I think it's passionate fandom music made by passionate people.
Yeah.
But music and games, oh man, I think that music in games has to straddle the line between being melodic and really sort of catchy, but also leaves enough space so that it's not the center of the show. Now, with a lot of older games, which a lot of games that typically I tend to play, games were way more melodic. There was a lot less ambient sort of stuff. Not to say that I dislike ambient music, because I legitimately sometimes like pull up some ambient video game music on YouTube while I'm like studying or something like that, and basically do that for hours. But game music used to be a whole lot more melodic because there wasn't any voice acting and the sound effects were kind of limited. So music kind of had to bump up the rest of the experience, which is why some people think that older video game music is better. I do not agree with this statement. I think any era of gaming you look for, you will find horrendous music. You will find terrible music anywhere you look for games. But overall, though, I just think that games and music, they tie together so well, and also you could appreciate it on so much of a deeper level because those songs, that music is tied to so many different experiences and just associations with all of these good times and all these crazy story moments and things like that. I mean, I listen to Final Fantasy battle music while I'm working out at the gym because it makes me feel like, oh
I'll
yeah,
remember
I'm
that when I see you in the gym. I'll remember that.
Oh yeah, I'm taking on a huge boss. I'm training, you know, stuff like that. But I think that music in video games is truly beautiful, and I mean, they complement the experience so well, more so than I think any other form of music. Now, that's not to say that any other form of music is bad. Movie soundtracks are incredible. I love movie soundtracks, but for games, it's that interactive thing and tying your actions to this music in an experience that really just, there's so much depth and so many different layers together that sort of make this thing crazy. But I would talk too much. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say.
I mean, I think you said it right. I think
I've done it again.
I want to call back to our second topic about the stigmas, about like, again, just bringing up that point, the movie music and the game music are meant to do the same thing, and again, gaming is a piece of art. Like, Minecraft is nothing without its music. The Metroid is nothing without its music. Like, there are so many games
Mario is nothing without his music.
There's so many games that are like built on these like the atmospheres that you don't even realize. Like yes, the visual atmosphere could be amazing, but if you're like playing in silence, like, have you played like games like that in silence? It's really weird.
The only games I've played in silence are some racing games, but that is only because I want to put my own music on while like driving around.
That's
Also, the fact that there's games that are literally based around already produced music, like Beat Saber or like Piano
The Tony
Tiles.
Hawk
Those
games.
You can't-
Oh, the Tony Hawk
yeah,
games
like you can't have
soundtracks.
those
They're
games
so
without
good.
a big music factor.
yeah.
I'll give a shout out to one of my favorite games and soundtracks. I would say Skyrim.
Yes.
I think that is
Jeremy Soul's music, man.
Yeah, I think that is
Oh.
a really good example of music that captures the tone perfectly,
Absolutely.
in my opinion. Yeah.
Wherever you go, that music is absolutely incredible. And If Elder Scrolls 6 doesn't have Jeremy Soule doing the soundtrack, I'm not going to play it.
Right, I know.
Because Jeremy Soule has been Elder Scrolls since Morrowind. I cannot imagine an Elder Scrolls game without Jeremy Soule's music.
I'd agree.
Overall, though, any more closing thoughts?
I mean, again, gaming is art, and
So is
Minecraft
music
is the
and
GOAT
gaming,
music.
Minecraft is the goat.
Except Super Mario Galaxy.
I think they're just tied for me. That's why I had to shout both out.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I'm of the opinion that there's too much utterly fantastic game music to choose from. Like, I think there's like 3 decades worth of absolutely incredible video game music that I think you can't just choose one. However, if I had to shout out a few, Panzer Dragoon Saga, Chrono Trigger, what else? Let's see here, Cooking Mama's music, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2.
Oh, those are good.
What else? Terranigma is another one. Mario Galaxy, of course. Undertale, absolutely. Let's see, what else can I think of at the moment? Skyrim, obviously. And there's so many. There's so many. I can only think of like 9 at the moment, but give me like a couple hours and I can come back with thousands with 900 video games of which to tell you, because music and great music is everywhere and great art is everywhere. You just need to have more of a critical lens, take a good look at it and go, yes. But then again, art is subjective, so whatever art speaks to you will be the most powerful. Overall, though, I've been your host, Jasper, and would you guys like to state your names once again for the beautiful audience?
I'm Tyler. Thank you guys for watching, and please listen to all the Minecraft soundtracks on Spotify.
I'm Becca. Thank you for watching.
I'm Dylan. Thank you for watching.
And once again, thank you so much for watching Press Pause, and just take a look into the little moments, because they are precious, few, and fleeting. Take care, and remember to pause every once in a while, because a pause is necessary. Take care. See ya.